Senator Miville-Dechêne. Minister, Canada's reputation for reliability has been undermined by a record number of labour disputes at ports on the West Coast and in Montreal in recent years. Many people believe that Canadian Fertilizer's giant Nutrien's decision to locate its export terminal in Washington state rather than Vancouver stems from this all too frequent paralysis at our ports. In light of this, does your government intend to follow up on the recent Reddy-Rogers Commission of Inquiry report recommending that the Labour Code be amended to allow for the appointment of a special mediator? Minister.
Madam Minister, that's me. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And thanks to the Senator for a very good question. Look, there's no question that labor stability is essential in this country, and there is no question that many people are worried about labor stability, and there is no question that unions have the right to strike in our Constitution. And that is the difficult job of a labor minister, to get that balance right, to make sure that we're protecting people's fundamental rights to bargain collectively and fairly, and to ensure that there is industrial peace. And I can tell you it is, as the second time around as the Labour Minister, one of the most challenging pieces of work to do. We will continue to work with unions and workers and employers, federally regulated employers, to make sure that we have a path forward. And recently I've just announced a tripartite table where the Government of Canada will sit in the same room with collective bargaining agents and unions and federal corporations so that we can have a clearer path forward without as much labour disruption.
Senatrice Miville-Dechêne.
Is it not
Senator Miville-Dechêne.
To keep the parties at the negotiating table by preventing them from giving notice of a strike or lockout while the mediator is at work, a mediator who could give his opinion on the terms of a fair and reasonable comprehensive settlement? So I'm asking you a more specific question. What do you think of the mediator option?
Well, I would say, thank you very much, Madam Speaker, that we have a federal mediation service with mediators available. I never rule any good idea out. I would like to examine more what that specific mediator would do in addition to the federal mediation service. Some large organizations have their own appointed mediators that the union and the corporation both agree are useful in a variety of different disputes before it gets to an actual labor work stoppage. I will also point out that 97% of agreements in this country are arrived at without a work stoppage. And that is truly the success of the Federal Mediation Service. And then, of course, in very protracted disputes or very elevated disputes, we do have the Canadian Industrial Relations Board, who very often will weigh in a variety of different ways, including in...
Thank you, Madam.